Dear students, let us discuss the importance of effective demand. In the last video, I explained about the Keynesian theory of employment. In the Keynesian theory of employment, we have found effective demand as one of the important determinants of employment. It is considered as the main determinant of employment. The unemployment problem is caused by deficiency of effective demand. Due to lack of effective demand in the economy faces unemployment problem according to Keynes. When effective demand increases, volume of employment also increases and vice versa. So to increase the employment level, effective demand has to be increased. Generally, the effective demand, it represents total output as well as total income of the economy. So more effective demand means more output and more income and more employment. So, effective demand is the main determinant of employment according to Keynes. Again, the effective demand, it repudiates the Say's law of market. The basic pillar of the classical theory is the Say's law of market, which states that supply creates its own demand and full employment is a normal situation. But Keynes maintained that all income earned by the factors of production would not be spent in buying goods and services. Rather, a part of income is saved and which is not automatically invested. Thus, if investment does not increase when employment increases, there will arise a deficiency of aggregate demand. In such a situation, overproduction problem arises in the economy, which in turn creates unemployment problem. The principle of effective demand shows that aggregate demand and aggregate supply are not always in equilibrium position. The adjustment is made with the variation of aggregate demand function. So, the Say's law of market, it is not valid according to Keynes. The economy is not always in equilibrium position and supply does not create its own demand. So there will be unemployment problem in the economy. And why there will be unemployment problem in the economy? Because people spend their income on consumption as well as they save a part of their income. And that saving is not automatically invested, and which creates the problem of overproduction and unemployment in the economy. So, whatever is produced, it is not sold in the market. So, that is the this theory, effective demand principle, it repudiates the Say's law of market. Again, the Pigou's argument and effective demand. So, according to Pigou's, the unemployment problem can be solved through the reduction of money waste rate. But according to Keynes, wage cut policy will cause a reduction in effective demand, which again it will increase the unemployment problem. Instead of solving the unemployment problem, it will increase or aggravate the unemployment problems. Again, the role of investment. The principle of effective demand gives importance on investment. One of the most important determinants of effective demand is aggregate demand function. We have discussed that aggregate supply function, it depends upon the technical condition of production function which cannot be changed during the short period of time. So, Keynes theory is applicable in the short period of time. So, in the short period of time, the technical condition of production it remains constant. So we cannot increase the aggregate supply. It will be as it is given. So it is the aggregate demand function which plays an important role in the determination of effective demand. So effective demand can be increased, or aggregate demand can be increased by changing in the investment. But the aggregate demand can be changed through the changes in consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. When income increases, consumption expenditure also increases, but by less than increase in income. Thus, the gap between income and consumption leads to decline in the volume of employment. This gap can be fulfilled through increase in investment expenditure. Therefore, it is clear that in order to maintain full employment equilibrium in the economy, the investment expenditure plays a significant role. So, it is the investment expenditure, it may be private investment, it may be government investment, which can help to achieve full employment equilibrium. So, investment expenditure plays a very important role to achieve full employment equilibrium in the ancient theory of employment. Another importance of effective demand is this. It also explains how poverty arises in the economy. How, because of lack of effective demand, the situation of poverty will arise in the economy. So, one of the most important determinants of effective demand, it is the aggregate demand function, as we have already discussed. The aggregate demand can be changed through the change in consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. When income increases, as we already discussed, the consumption expenditure also decreases, but less than increase in income. Thus, the gap between income and consumption leads to decline in volume of employment and low level of income and poverty. So, when due to lack of effective demand, there will be less employment, and which means there will be less income, there will be the poor people, they will face the problem of poverty. They will face problem. This gap can be fulfilled through increase in investment expenditure. Hence, it is proved that deficiency of effective demand creates the problem of poverty in advanced capitalist countries. In advanced capitalist countries, it is not so easy to increase the volume of investment. This is because in such countries there is an accumulated stock of capital assets which weakens the inducement to invest. So, in advanced countries already there exists a stock of capital. So, there is no any inducement. There is lack of inducement to invest more. So, this inadequacy of investment demand reacts in a cumulative manner. On the demand side of the consumption and will lead to a further fall in employment, output and income. So, it is because of lack of effective demand, the problem of poverty arises in the economy. But this principle of effective demand is criticized by different economists on a number of grounds. Let us discuss these limitations of this principle of effective demand. Here you see, regarding unemployment, Keynes considered only involuntary unemployment. So, involuntary unemployment means people who are willing to work at the privileged wage rate, but they are not getting work. That is involuntary unemployment. And ignored other types of unemployment such as frictional, seasonal, disguised and voluntary unemployment, which are also prevalent in an economy. In his analysis, unemployment problem arises due to lack of effective demand. But such an analysis is one-sided because the nature and causes of unemployment problem of the developing and underdeveloped countries are totally different. In these economies, the unemployment problem arises due to inelastic supply, not due to deficiency of effective demand. Another limitation is that Hazlitt criticized the term effective demand on the ground that demand in economics is always effective. So, in economics, demands, it means desire plus willingness to purchase or desire plus capacity to purchase. So, it implies, according to Hazlitt, it already implies effective. Therefore, the term effective is misleading and superfluous. Another limitation is that in Keynesian analysis, the deficiency of effective demand can be removed through the investment expenditure. But this is very unrealistic thought because in underdeveloped countries and developing countries, it is not always possible to increase investment expenditure with a very short period of time, within a very short period of time. This is because most of the underdeveloped and developing countries are suffering from lack of investable funds. Hence, the deficiency of effective demand cannot be removed very easily. So, this is another limitation of the principle of effective demand. Another one, Keynes established a direct relationship between income, output, employment. More income, more output, more employment. But the economists point out that there is no such direct relationship exists in the reality. Generally, employment depends on several other factors such as production, technology, skill formation, government policies, etc. Undue importance on effective demand makes the theory inadequate and one-sided. So, undue importance on effective demand to increase the employment, it makes the theory inadequate and one-sided. Another important limitation is that moreover, the anti-effective demand analysis is based on unrealistic assumptions such as closed economy, short run, perfect competition, etc. Such restrictive assumptions make the theory inadequate and unrealistic. So, though Keynes tried to explain the theory of employment in a very systematic way, but this theory is also criticized on these grounds. I think all of you have understood whatever I have explained to you. Thank you.